But.
It's going to be a whole bunch of beeps. There we go.
Good morning.
Morning. All right, we are here. Today's the official first day. We arrived yesterday. Today's first day that we're here. Throughout the week, we're going to answer some frequently asked questions that we see on the internet. So either in my YouTube channel or on the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is called, I want to make sure I call them out because
Iberostar fan group?
I want to make sure I get it right because they've been awesome for questions and comments. So I'm going to cut this pause out. The Iberostar Grand Paraiso fan.
You got it now?
That's a good start.
Battery died. Again.
Battery died.
Do this again.
Like an amateur. So the Iberostar fan group. Iberostar Grand Paraiso fan group. So that's the name of the Facebook group that I'm part of.
We are part of.
We're part of. If you have any questions, that's not usually a good place to go, but look in the comments first. There's been a lot of questions asked before. You will find your answers in there.
And that's part of the rules, by the way.
Yeah, people get really upset when you ask a question that was just asked like 2 days before.
Yeah. So follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
Okay. Ready.
So frequently asked questions, let's dive into it. All right, first, are there no longer any free shows? So this is something that comes up pretty often. People hear that you now have to pay for the theater, right? So they have shows that are not free. Usually when you go to all-inclusive resorts, everything's included, and including the shows. The difference is that the artists are really artists. They're not, Juan the pool boy who happens to be dancing like Michael Jackson.
He's really cute though.
So it's real talent. And yeah, those shows cost extra. The thing is, you don't need to go. There's plenty of entertainment by the pool. There's shows at nights. Cut to some video from just last night. There was a lounge singer. They were really good, and people seemed to be really enjoying them, and the place was packed. So packed we had trouble finding a seat.
Yeah, it was really busy.
So the question about is the entertainment free? Yes, the entertainment's free. But there's an option if you want paid entertainment.
If you want to go take it to another level, so you can go down to the theater, and like you said, it's professional. But there's a couple of levels, just to clarify, there's a couple of levels of entertainment. So you have the lounge singers, and then sometimes they have another show after that, like around 9 o'clock, 9:45. Like they'll have a fire show one night, and you probably have some video from last year that you can probably
cut into this.
Or whatever we find over the course of this week. Every night there's a little something. And like we're going to be here New Year's Eve, there will be a show. There'll be entertainment for New Year's. It looks like some sort of masquerade thingy in the theater, and that's you don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay for that. That's included.
So there's a theater here in the Grand, but then there's the bigger theater. That's where you pay for the bigger paid shows. That's the third party that you pay for that. So it's actually on their app, the Iberostar app, where you can look to buy tickets for the paid shows, but know that you can come here and there's regular entertainment.
You don't need to do it.
You don't need to do that.
I think that's the key takeaway. People are just angry at the fact that shows used to be free. Why do I need to pay for it if I'm already paying for an all-inclusive? And you don't need to pay for it.
Right.
You can choose to. That's open, and see some local talents or some regional talents, and they were very good. I know last year when we went to the New Year's Eve party, that
was great.
The talent was extraordinary, just really, really, really good. So it's not your local, the guys that run the pool and the towel bar and it's not those people. This is real talent. So you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. All right, next question.
Can you get
an a la carte breakfast? No, you cannot. So the breakfast option is buffet breakfast, or what we're doing right now. We ordered room service breakfast because the weather's crap, and
you don't want to walk in the rain.
It just finished raining just like 10 minutes ago, so we're
taking advantage.
We're taking advantage. We ordered everything on the menu, just about, and we're going to test all the food and
drinking last night.
See if how the room service works. But anyways, you can't sit down and look at a breakfast menu and say, I want the scrambled eggs.
Right.
That's not an option.
Although at the buffet, there's an egg station.
Oh yeah.
So you could go and get eggs over.
You get whatever you want.
You get whatever you want, but you have to get up off your butt and go and.
Language.
But.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of beeps.
Anyways, yes, you can get off your seat and go physically order one.
Yeah, and the food again. The food at the buffet is really, really good for a buffet breakfast.
Next question.
Next question. I put this down because I see it a lot, and it's how does it compare to whatever other resort people might want to mention? And honestly, we don't know. We're not travel experts. This is not what we do for a living. We do this for fun. We pay for all this out of our own pockets, and we come here because we like it here.
But we have been to others.
So, how does it compare to other experiences you've had, other resorts? And just to kind of preface, we've stayed at the Iberostar Bavaro in Cabana, I believe it is, or something like that, and the Del Mar here, and the Hilton in Playa del Carmen.
You stayed at the Marriott.
At the Marriott in Cancun. And I've come in previous life, multiple places. Also stayed. I've also been to Jamaica, and yeah. So how does it compare? This is as good a resort as I've ever been to. It has in the past. So let's see how this trip goes. But it's a very, very comfortable. It's my speed. It's beautiful to look at. It's just a gorgeous resort. It has a little bit of Vegas aesthetics to it, in the sense that it's all marble. It's very, very pretty.
It's pretty. It's high end. It's definitely high end, and you get what you pay for sure. It's a adults only, so 18 and older. Don't see too many young adults at this one. Is definitely an older crowd of folks. So if you're looking to bring your older young adult kids, There's definitely things for them to do. They can go to the disco and all that, and they can go to the other resorts. So that's one thing to note, that because it's the Grand, you get access to everything at all the other resorts that are connected
Comes
here.
out to like 23 restaurants or something like that.
Yeah, and
countless
all
bars
of the nightlife, and so if the kids want to go hang out with the kids, they can just go to another resort and go hang out with the kids. So it's not like it's limiting in that factor for young adults. Just know that it's quieter here. It's purposefully like that, and I like it. I mean, I think
we like the quietness.
We raised 4 kids. Like we're due for our quiet.
Yeah.
But again, we venture off to the other resorts to check things out and go enjoy some other things that they offer that aren't here. So how does it compare? It's the best one we've been to so far. And trust us, when we went looking this year just to see what else was out there, and we almost went to the Excellence.
Excellence Playa Morel.
Yeah, that. So, and when this opened up, we you know what? We went with the devil that we know, because we like it that much that we're here for a third time.
Yeah, and the Excellence it worried me a little bit. It looked lovely. The food, the reviews are awesome. It just seemed a little bit more party atmosphere, and neither of us are partiers. We just do. We're both introverts.
Yeah,
honestly,
so it's all what you're into. Honestly, like just.
We just like quiet, and
it looked good. It looked good. We saw a lot of reviews on it.
Yeah, no, it looked. We were
very
a month
close.
away from going there instead of here. We had booked it, and it had been booked for 6 months, and then fire sale came on for this place, and we jumped on it. So, we're not locked into this resort, but if everything costs the same, if everything's the same, we'll come here. I like cruise ships. Why would I want to stay in one place?
So he's never been on a cruise.
Good Lord, no.
In a past life, I've been on many cruises. I've been to Alaska, the Mediterranean, Scandinavian cruise. I've done 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, I think 12 days. 12 days, I think, was the Scandinavian one. Anyways, cruises are fantastic if that's what you're into. It's like being on a moving, all-inclusive resort, honestly. And especially if you bring kids, which at the time my kids were young, the kids love it. They have their own play areas. The food is exceptional, just like being on a resort. Again, it's just a moving cruise ship. So it's all what you want to do. If you want to combine going on vacation and seeing other places, then absolutely go on a cruise. I encourage it. They're great. There's a couple of cruise lines that like I would give top kudos to, just like coming to like a top end resort. And and it gives you the opportunity to go different places and get a taste or a flavor of a different place. Like the Mediterranean, you get to go to France and Italy and Greece, France, Italy. Yeah, I think Greece is in there at some point, depending on which one you take. But you get a day or two stop at each. You get to go, you get to check it out. And then eventually, if you want to go back to that place and really deep dive it, now you've got a flavor of what you like and what you don't like from a country perspective. Loved it. It was a great smorgasbord of travel. If that's what you're into, and you're not, or you could just stay on the ship and never get off the boat and just relax the whole time. So it's all on what you make of it. So he doesn't want to go on a moving ship.
Like it just seems like a terrible time. Like you're herded like cattle off and on the boat. When you get on shore, there's 2,000 other people that are there also, and you're kind of you're cattle. And I like doing my own thing. I like
you can still do your own thing.
Yeah.
You can get on and off the boat when you want. It all depends on.
Can I get back on the boat the next day?
Well, if it's the boat,
exactly.
If the boat's there.
So you can't. So if you find that you really want to like be there and stay there longer,
well, then just don't get back on the boat. But then you're just one of your stuff. But whatever. Anyways, you do you. It's a good experience. Just saying.
But is it better than this?
It's a different kind of experience. I'm not going to say it's better or worse. I liked it. So it's not better or worse. It's all in what you're into. So if you want to try it, go try it. I liked it. He's never even tried it. So you can't even say if you like it or not. So don't even listen to him. Anyways, you do you.
Should never listen to me anyways.
Nah. All right, move on.
So much sass. Okay, last one for right now because food should be coming.
Okay.
Are there a lot of mosquitoes at night? I haven't seen one.
He is the mosquito attractant. He is like...
I am a magnet to these things.
They love him.
There are some people who just are magnets for mosquitoes, and I think it has something to do with body odor. I'm not quite sure. There's some science behind it. Feel free to Google that, but I am one of those people, and mosquitoes devour me. Like we will go in the woods, and I will have a bit of skin exposed, and I will have 100 bites
and
right
I won't
there.
Have
She
anything.
won't have anything.
Nothing. They don't like me. I don't taste
like
good. So, yeah, he's the magnet. He's the mosquito magnet.
Nothing here. Right now,
Nothing,
our
yes.
windows are wide open. It just finished raining outside.
No mosquitoes.
No mosquitoes. There's nothing.
Nope.
So we don't bring mosquito repellent. You don't need it. Anybody who tells you must because it's the rainforest, it's Mexico. Like
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's bugs here, but they're not biting bugs.
never had a problem.
Nope.
So that's the thing about mosquitoes. Not a problem.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. We'll cut now because food should be arriving soon, and we'll talk later.
Ciao.
Bye.
You talk too much.
What? It's not nice. What the hell? All right, you ready?
We're back.
All right, we're back.
Unfortunately.
We recorded the... What?
Unfortunately, we're back.
Oh, yeah, we're back home. I thought you meant...
Hey. Okay.
Okay, so we recorded the first part of this video at the resort. We thought we'd be able to record the rest of the week that we were there. But from a timing perspective, it just didn't work. In the afternoon, they play music. And again, copyright issues. Can't have music playing in the background. So here we are. We're going to finish this FAQ, frequently asked questions section, from our kitchen.
Such dork.
All right, cool. So let's go. So first, clarification on something that we did talk about was the mosquito situation. I did get a few bites.
They found him. I retract my statement.
Yeah, not many, just 2 or 3 bites. So
They are there.
They are there, and we did learn that there are mosquito seasons in that area. And
Depending on when you go.
So apparently we went during the low season for mosquitoes. So there probably are other times where mosquitoes are an issue. We can't talk to those.
Yep.
That's not. So just again, can't help you. Do some research on mosquito season in that area and bring bug spray if necessary. All we can tell you is at the end of December, early January, you don't need any bug spray.
Nope.
All right.
Next. Does the resort have top shelf home brand liquors?
Yes. It's basically any booze you want. It's you're not just gonna. So let me put it this way. You said talk too much, so I'm gonna talk a bit more. I've gone to resorts in Mexico where you had some no-name Mexican brands of everything. So you ask for a brandy or a cognac or a scotch, and it's some unknown Mexican brand. That's not here. You get your American brands. You get your Canadian brands. You just get the brands that you are familiar with, and there's no additional cost. So people seem to stress about this. I have not found myself hunting anything particular while there.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to get an 18-year-old Macallan's, on the house. That's not what we're talking about.
We did see a bottle.
We did see a bottle, but they charge you for
You
it.
had to buy it. Yeah.
But you don't need to, if you're just there to relax and have some good drinks, you will be able to relax and have some good drinks. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it.
All right. Next, can I smoke? So neither of us are smokers, so this is not really a question for us, but we see it posted all the time. There are some Mexican laws associated with smoking. So the resort does have some sections that are reserved for smokers. And you are free to use those sections. If you smoke in your room, the resort may apply a $250 fee automatically to your room. So if you're a smoker, you can try and break the rules, but you may pay the price. So just be aware. There are designated areas for smoking.
Okay.
Any other thoughts on smoking?
Don't do it. Stinks. Anyways.
Very judgy.
All right, take that back. I won't judge.
All right.
Okay, next one. All right, next question. First-time travelers to Mexico, party of 4, mom, dad, 2 kids, 18 and 20-year-old boys. They asked, would you say that the Grand is the best choice, or would the Maya be better? Well, it depends. For mom and dad, the Grand is the best. For the kids, they don't have as many kid-like opportunities at the Grand specifically, but they have access to everything at all of the other resorts. So they have access to the disco tech and all of that stuff. So anything that the Maya has, they have access to. So if you want to, from the parents' perspective, you want to stay at the Grand, kids can go off and do whatever the heck they want. And parents can stay back and listen to no little rugrats running around screaming at each other, and they can listen to music at night and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, or some 18, 20-year-old boys just don't like being around all that noise either, right? So it has to deal with what each person likes. There's some 50-year-old people that like all that noise.
So anyways, so it's yes. So the answer is yes. It's great for everyone, and there's still opportunity for kids who want to go party and meet other young adults their own age. They can go off to the other resorts and meet them. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Next one. How much to tip? Are gratuities included?
So this is
Toby.
This is always a sensitive topic. So tipping
is optional.
Tipping is, so let's get down to the basic thing. So tipping is optional. You don't have to tip. And people who shame other people because they don't tip, I see it online all the time. Those people just need to chill. Tipping is very much an American and Canadian thing. The rest of Europe, it's just. Where did I leave off?
Tipping is an American thing.
It's very much right. So there are people who tip $2 every time they get a drink. They give $20 tip every day to the maid service. They assume that people who don't are just a-holes, and it's just not true. You can choose to tip that much because you want to, or you don't. Fundamentally, it's included. If you look at the Iberostar prices, they say gratuities are included. So tip if you feel like it. Don't tip if you don't feel like it. I think that.
I think that they appreciate it, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, they don't treat you any worse.
Nope.
We've tried it. We've tried going a week without tipping for everything, and
as we went,
and the quality of service is
exactly the same.
Exactly the same. There is no difference to anything. There's no difference to how you're treated by the butlers, the cleaning service, the attendants. Nothing changes. Everybody is extremely professional. So don't feel like you have to because you think that you'll get a different class of service because you may not be tipping. Okay?
Okay, next question. Pesos or USD? We're flying over Monday. Is it best to bring pesos or dollars? Honestly, just bring dollars. They'll take them. They'll convert them. Not necessary to bring the pesos.
That's right. But if you're in a country other than the U.S., bring pesos. So if you're in Canada, don't tip in Canadian dollars, tip in pesos.
True. True. Yeah.
Okay?
What are the pool hours?
Simple one, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
They treat the pools overnight, so that's why they shut them down, and it's a safety issue as well. Can I go topless?
So I can. They don't want me to, but I can.
He does.
She cannot. No.
No.
The answer is no.
Not at the pool.
Not at the pool.
At the beach?
No.
Nope.
No. You can get cited by the police. Beaches are federal property, and there are areas that are designated as clothing optional areas, but that's not anywhere around where we are. Those are separate places. So no, you can't.
Okay. Can I drink the water at the resort?
Oh yes, they filter the water. The water's absolutely clean, and it doesn't even have a taste. It's pure filtered water. It's really, really good. Eat the ice. Just your mixed drinks. Don't worry about the water. So don't worry about the water. Okay, they give you filtered water in bottles every day, and anytime you see water available, don't worry about it. Don't feel like you have to bring a 12-pack of water because you're afraid of what you've heard about Mexican water.
Yep,
That's not this.
All right, next question. Do you need to make reservations ahead of time for the restaurants? Yes, unfortunately. But you can only make the reservations once you get to the resort and you're checked in. So it's definitely a downside. We've talked about it in other videos. So word of advice, the second you get checked in, get on the app, make your reservations, or go talk to the butler service, because the restaurants fill up fast.
Yeah, and what we heard is when we were there, the hotel was so packed that people had to book at restaurants at other resorts within the Iberostar complex. So not within the Grand, simply because the Grand restaurants were already completely booked. So just make sure that you do that very, very quick. But that said, if you watched the last video, the food at the buffet, top notch. So.
Okay, next question. Do I need to get by the pool early to save a cabana bed? What about the beach?
So we've never had any issues at the beach. So but we're early risers. But anytime we've walked around, I've always seen cabanas open.
Yeah, but I'd say it depends. The later you wait, yeah, depending on how busy it. Like when we went New Year's Day. New Year's Day was packed at the main pool. So fortunately, we anticipated this, so we went and reserved seats early. So you know what? If it's something you like to do, go reserve. There's no harm in it. It just depends. It depends on the time of year. It depends on how busy the resort is. It's probably a good practice. Okay, next question.
Cool.
Do I need to pay for the Visitax, and what is it?
The Visitax.
The Visitax.
So that is a regional tax that's imposed on all tourists coming from outside of Mexico through the Cancun airport. He was not a problem during the last video.
And we're back. Okay.
Wow.
Next.
So I'm just going to read a few things here because I don't want to get this wrong, okay? Because it's really, really important. Oh, God sakes.
Joy. Keep going.
Okay, so the it's really started April 2021 and is specific to the area. It's a state tax.
The tax is around $15. Is $15 per person?
Oh, it's around because it's converted rates. So you pay Mexican pesos and
You pay it in pesos, right?
It comes out to about $15 US.
Correct. Is it mandatory?
It is.
Yep.
You will see a lot of people writing online about how it's not, don't bother paying it. Don't listen to those people. Not paying that tax means you're breaking the law. Just letting you know. You can choose not to, but they have your passport information, and paying your tax is filed alongside your passport ID.
Yep.
So it can actually cause you problems next time you try to come into this country. Honestly, it's $15.
It's $15. You go online, you fill out the information, you put your credit card in, and boom, you're done. It takes 2 minutes. It's a very easy process. You get the QR code, print it out, keep it in your bag. They don't ask you for it, but just know that they're tracking it. It's, we don't know if it's enforced or not enforced. We just don't mess with it. So
$15. We pay thousands and thousands of dollars to be there. I'm not going. And on top of that, the tax is specific to improving the experience of tourists in the future, right? So improvements and everything that you get to experience as a tourist, just pay the tax. It's fine.
Yeah, and if you don't trust online sites, you can pay it at the airport. There's little kiosks and things, or if you check in at the desk, you can pay it there. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to pay it. You can give them in pesos if you want to when you're doing it there, and so on and so forth.
There's a lot of scam sites out there for it. So if you're going to a site, I'm going to put a link down bottom for the one that we used. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to a site and it's costing more than about $15 US per person, stop. It's probably a scam site. Just go through the official government site.
I also found that we flew JetBlue, and JetBlue actually sent information along with the check-in process to pay the tax. So the airlines remind you as well. They send you a link to it, which is actually where I got the link. I would say the airlines are just pay attention to your airline.
And it applies to everybody. There's no age restriction. So it's not because you have a 2-year-old that they don't pay the tax. They still have to pay it.
All right, next one. How are the complimentary wines? Will I need to pay extra to have drinkable wines? So the wines are the house wines are decent. Depends on what you like. Yes. You can definitely buy upgrade wines. They will bring you over the menu every single time and ask you if you want to pay for a bottle of wine, top shelf. We didn't find it necessary. No. I thought the house wines were just fine. So I guess it's all on what you want to do, your preference.
It's fine. You're on a vacation. If you feel like splurging, splurge. But honestly, don't feel like you have to, because we don't, and we drank plenty of wine.
The only time we splurged is we got a bottle of champagne for New Year's Eve, but that went with the upfront seats for the show and all of that. So special occasion, bought a bottle of wine, a bottle of champagne. It was lovely, and you can. It's just all in your preference. So don't go by us. Just do what you want.
Yeah, don't don't assume, what I would recommend, I'm just going to talk a bit more. I know you say I talk too much, but honestly, if you're going to get wine, try their house wine. Then you don't like it, ask for the wine menu. Don't start with the wine menu. Honestly, the house wines are fine.
That's what you said. You said it?
The house wines are fine.
Okay, we can move on. Next.
The house wines are fine.
Which Paraiso resort is right for you? So, there are 5 resorts on the complex. You want to talk about them?
There's the Grand, which is the top of the top at the complex. That's the one we've been talking about. It's the one all these videos are about. Gives you access to everything else at the entire complex. So 20 some odd restaurants, countless pools. They have a water park at the Maya. Gives you access to everything. Mm-hmm. The Maya is more geared towards families. It has a water park on site, it has a wave pool, it just seems much more family centric. Lindo and Maya is just about the same. Seems more, did you notice a difference between the Lindo and the Maya?
No, but if you stay at the Lindo, you can't use the facilities at the Maya. So if the Maya, you can use all the facilities at the Lindo and Del Mar and the others. If you do it the other way around, you can't use the facilities at the lowest end one, so on and so forth. So there isn't much of a difference, but
because you can still use the wave pool and the water park and all that stuff.
Well, you can't. If you stay at the Lindo, you can. Oh, you can. But not if you stay.
But not if you stay at the beaches or the Del Mar.
Yeah. So.
Beaches in Del Mar are kind of the lower end tier, which is honestly fine. We've stayed at the Del Mar before.
I mean, honestly, you walk through them, I don't see much of a difference. So, it's all in your preference. It's I know the cost tiers are different, but yeah, to your point, I don't think the Lindo is too much different than the Maya.
No.
Maya's beautiful though. It's really pretty.
So if you have kids or grandkids, this is probably the resort to come to. Oh, waves are up.
Oh, Maya, yeah. That's the next one down from the Grand, right?
Yeah. So you probably get good restaurants and plenty of things for the kids to do.
Absolutely.
I'd be really surprised if they served 18-year-old scotch for free. The Glenlivet here.
Oh, yeah.
Our bar's pretty well stocked here.
Yeah, so all that to say is we're big fans of the Grand, mostly because it keeps children out.
Because it's adults only. Don't say that. But if you want the same quality,
and you have a family
Yeah.
under 18, absolutely.
We don't have grandchildren yet, but we were talking that if we do have
We'd stay
grandchildren
at the
at some point, we'd stay at the Maya.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Or we'd stay at the Grand and the kids. No.
Kids are allowed on the beach, by the way, in front of the Grand, so that you can't, the complex can't stop that. Again, it's government property, so you will, on the beach in the Grand, you will see children. That's fine. They tend to behave. It's all rocky anyway, so it's not like they're splashing around.
If you want more information on any of those, you can go online. We'll put the link down below so that you can check out the comparison to all the different resorts.
Yep.
Okay, move on. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Oh
And
my
so-
goodness, we got through them all.
So that was our frequently asked questions. So it's pretty straightforward. If you have any additional questions, just put them below. And, we might end up making another FAQ part 2.
Yep.
So that's about it for the FAQ.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. See you later.
Wait,
What?
we'll be back next week and we'll do our wrap up.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. See ya.